Let us look at the question paper and see what kind of question they have asked, because I have told you multiple times you did not go through the previous year question paper so far. First, the most important part is, let us look at the AOEO question paper of 2023. As you know, there are two examination in 2023, both from AO and EO, and another one is from EPFO, APFC. But this year there will be one examination. So the most important part is, uh, as you know, the maths, because it will have a huge weightage on the topic. You must know, okay? It will have a huge weightage on the topic. Many of you cannot understand one thing, that is, uh, I mean, the level of maths. Many people last year, what happened? Many people, many aspirant cannot complete the maths, cannot even uh, complete the maths, cannot even touch the maths because of the level of question they have asked there. Okay, the level of questions uh, they have asked there was quite high in nature. Now, let us look at the maths from the AOEO question. Okay, so here I have the question paper with me, as you've seen. Now, the AOEO. I'm not discussing about the accounts related numericals. I mean auditing and accounts related maths. I'm not discussing with it uh, in this class, and I am also not discussing the reasoning related maths. But what I am discussing is the level of maths together. Now, uh, see, this is a maths question, although it's a little bit on the side of reasoning, numeric mathematical abilities. There is a chapter in reasoning called mathematical abilities in RS Agarwal. If you are studying RS Agarwal for reasoning, do study the chapter mathematical ability or mathematical ability test. This sort of chapter name was there. See, the question is that, question number 36. In a desert, X and Y are two spots that are separated by 100 kilometers. At point X are placed two pillars, one black, one white. Along with the line XY, and white pillar is placed for every 180 meters and a black pillar is placed for every 350 meters. How many times can one find black and white pillars together while traveling from XY? See, this is a very easy question. If you do the LCM, you will get the answer. My point of view is, if you analyzing the previous year question paper, one thing you come to know, that the AOEO maths were quite easier in nature, but the APFC maths were quite moderate in nature. Got it? The AOEO maths are quite easy in nature, but the APFC maths are quite moderate in nature. Boishaki, you cannot hear me. Like, everyone can hear me, I guess. I hope everyone can hear me. Anybody can tell me? Okay, yes, got it. Now, the thing is, last year what happened? See the level of question there. Very easier. 8 chairs, uniform distance, and ABC individual finishes of 10 12 days. Like, these are very nominal questions. So if you are thinking by going through the AOEO paper that the level of question would be on this level, no, you are totally wrong. You are totally wrong in your sequence, because UPSC do love to experiment with the question paper. And this year the what is say, the vacancies were quite low, and also the competition would be so high. I'm not telling you, I'm not getting you a like a low confidence vibe here, but I wanted to tell you one thing, that you need to understand what you are competing with. Okay, so you should not watch this paper, you should not watch the previous year AOEO paper for the level of maths. The level of maths will be on this level. Now see the level of math here. Now you just see the level of math here. They have given multiple types of maths in APFC. Even they are giving maths from advanced geometry. Although it's not advanced, but it's on the like CGL level. Those guys who are preparing for CGL, they might know the maths quite well. But how you are gonna compete with them? How you are gonna study the maths? is the most important part. Let me, in today's class, I'll jot you down the chapters that you are required to prepare for the examination. Okay, I'll jot you down the chapters here. Let me just go through the maths here so that you can understand. Now the maths is starting from here. Okay, these are all like reasoning question, but this is a math question. There they have given geometry question there. See, PQRS are chords on a circle centered at O. Suppose A is the pointer intersection of PQ and RS. Which of the following statement is correct? If A and O coincide, then the four parts of the circle produced by the chords shall always have equal area. Now, judging from the question paper, this is the question from 36, question number 36. Judging from the question, let me tell you two things. Judging from the question, let me tell you two things here. Now, you might have I guess you can see the whiteboard here. Judging from the question, what I can tell you that you need to understand the concept of basic geometry. The concept of basic geometry here. Okay, you need to understand the concept of basic geometry here. That is the most important part. Got it? Now, what gonna happen? Many people are thinking. Many people might say like, "Sir, this is like how we are gonna see how we are gonna uh, go through the paper here. This will be a very much problem." So my point of view is very simple. You just need to understand the concept of basic geometry. I mean, concept mean the core concept, because in the question paper they will not ask you any question to solve any problem. They will not ask you to solve any problem. That means in other examination what we see, that the authorities or the question paper, in the question paper we have a basic maths here, that's a maths, we need to solve it. But here you need to judge the math, judge the concept. Just like you can see on this question paper here, question number 36, they don't tell you to solve anything. They asking the student to judge these two component, two statement here, whether they are wrong or right. Correct? So this will be the level of question that you can find in the paper. Now you might think, sir, how can we manage to get this sort of question? Believe me or not, although I am from math background, but believe me or not, if you study properly, this level of math will require only 1.5 month max. Those are at their basic level. I'm suppose there are some people who cannot who just in their basics level, they cannot solve the SSC level maths or any level of maths. They are at the basic level. Believe me or not, if you study properly, it will take only 1.5 months. How? You're gonna ask me, sir, how is it possible? This is like very much bogus or astonishing thing. How can we solve the question paper within 1.5 months? Solve all these things. You need to understand the syllabus there. You need to understand the topics. You need to understand the chapters here. What chapters you're gonna do, what kind of thing you're gonna make. That is the most important part here. Okay, so that's the most important part you can get in the exam. I hope you understand here. Got it? Now, anybody have any question? Let me know. Raise your hand. I'll get to you. Till what I've taught you. If anybody have any question, let me know. Okay, nobody have any question. Okay, let us go to the next topic. That is, there are like, these are all basic logical reasoning question, it will take nearly 30 seconds to solve this question. It's very easy. I mean, if you study properly, it's very much easier. Those who are confusing what to study, how to study, let me tell you one thing. Just use RS Agarwal for both the quantitative aptitude as well as logical reasoning. I mean, verbal and non-verbal listening book to prepare yourself. And apart from that, those who are in our batches, you don't have to worry about anything. You just get them prepared as well in our due course. Anyway, there is another question from height and distance, because UPSC love height and distance chapters. Till 2019 or 2020, they used to ask a lot of height and distance question in CSAT paper also, civil service aptitude test in UPSC civil service. The angles of elevation of the top of a tower from a top and a bottom of 10-meter tall building of 30 and 45 respectively, approximately what is the height of the tower in meters from the top of the building given. So what is unique here? Unique here is the options are in a points. I mean, you have to calculate in points also. It's a very easy question, although it's very much easy, but you need to do a little bit of tricky calculation. That's all. Okay, nothing much is. Now, this is a different type of question there. A multiple choice question paper has 50 questions. Each question has got 4 options, namely A, B, C, D. Each correct answer carries 4 marks and each wrong answer carries minus 1 mark, negative 1 mark. A candidate decides to take in the pattern and so on, starting from question 1 till the end of. If option C is the correct answer in each question, then what is the total score of the candidate? Uh, Solve this question. Right now, I'm giving you 5 minutes to solve this question. Solve it. Question number 40. Solve it. Question is like in front of you. Just solve it. See, many people are here that you are judging the whole thing. Just a second here. Try to conclude. The answer should be 10. Okay. So what is given here in the question itself, that A B C D A B C D the they have the candidate 50 question, multiple choice question, paper has 50 question, each question has got 4 options A B C D, 4 marks for the right and 1 mark negative for the wrong answer. The candidate decided to work in a pattern that A B C D A B C D A B C D. Now what happened here? You need to understand this. What is the most important thing happened here? Let me just give you an idea of the output here that you are getting basically. Now from A B C D, this is correct, this will be wrong. That means for in every 4 question asked till question number 48, because out of 50 this sequence, this pattern will come till 48, the candidate will get 4 minus 1, because not 4 minus 3, because these are wrong. Only the C is correct here. If the option C is the correct answer each question, then only you will get 4, and for the other thing you will get only 1. That means till 48 12 you will get 12 marks till 48, question number 48. Now for that 2 question, that is 49 and 50, you will get them wrong, so you will get 10 marks. Everyone is right. It's a very intruding question, I mean interesting question, but do you see a pattern here? Do you see a pattern here? How many minutes did you take to answer the question? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Average is like 3 to 4 minutes. Let me just uh, average 2.5 minutes. Now, what gonna happen here? That's a very intruding part. You need to understand it. Suppose you are taking 2.5 minutes. In the APFC, you will have roughly 15 maths, and each maths you will taking 2 minutes. That means 30 minutes. For the English section, There will be 20 question. Let's say 20 question would be there. You are taking 1 minute. That means 20 minutes. 50 minutes are gone. And for the logical reasoning, you will take another 10 minutes. 60 minutes are gone from your everything, and you only left with just 40 minutes, because another 20 minutes you will need to fill up the OMR. So the time that you are taking to solve this question, you need to reduce it in a very proficient manner. I hope you understand. The time that you require to uh, provide or get to understand the level, you can solve the question, but you need to reduce your timings. Got it? You can solve the question, but you need to reduce the timing itself here. That's the most important part. If you cannot reduce the timing here, it will be a huge problem. It cannot be a huge problem there. I hope you understand how things work. Now, let us look some another question, some more questions there. There is a question from trial balance. Although I am in the classes, I said we will not be discussing the accounts related maths here. Now, can you see a pattern here? See, what is the decimal equivalent of the hexadecimal number 560? That means you also need to learn the decimal to binary to hexadecimal, this sort of conversion. The type of uh, questions are that they have given, it's quite unique here. Okay, so decimal equivalent, hexadecimal numbers, you need to understand the conversion. You need to understand the, what I say, uh, got it? That is the most important part. This sort of question they are asking. They're asking this sort of question too. You need to get the thing here. Okay, let us come to the next question. What kind of question they have asked? Now this is a very easy question. One, two questions are there. Will be questions, two or three question or four question that are very easier in nature. You don't have to worry about this question here. You have to worry about the question they are asking from those section, because see, in maths, if you cannot do 100%, I mean, if you cannot do the maths with 100% accuracy, it will be very tough to clear the cutoff. Even only clearing cutoff will not get you a job. Got it? See, there is a question here. There are seven hemispherical containers of radius r meters each, and each of them is fully filled with water. The water in this transferred to a hemispherical container of radius equal to 1.5 times of r, such that the maximum number smaller container get emptied out. How many smaller container remain fully filled when the large container gets fully filled? Now, this is a very unique question here. Quite quite a unique question there. It's on mensuration. You have to study the mensuration too. Okay, you have to study the mensuration too there. That's the most important part. As you know, the hemispherical container, the uh, area, the volume, 2 by 3 pi r square r cube will be the volume. It's a very easy question, although, but you need to get an idea of the mensuration formulas, right? Both in 2D and 3D. It's a 3D mensuration. Three-dimensional mensuration they have asked. The question is from three-dimensional mensuration. Got it? There is also easier way. I mean, definitely give you a easier way to do things, but you need to understand the concepts here. Okay, as you know, you need to understand the concepts here, because there is a way to do it. There is a way to do such things. There are multiple ways to do maths. We use value putting methods in maths to maximize our chances of getting the thing right, as well as reducing our time to solve the maths. We use value putting method. Got it? Now, can you solve the question here? Boisaki Mohante, it's 2. Okay. Already you solved. You're a quite great student, great fellow. You have already solved the question here. That's a quite good thing. Can anybody solve it? If you want to solve it, solve it. It's a very easy question though. It is very easy on the easier side. I will give you an overview of the topic, how to do these things. Okay. I'll give you an overview of the topic. I'll literally give you an overview of the topic so that, I mean, try to do the question. I'll give you 5 minutes. Only Baishaki have given the answer. Others, please try. I'll give an overview. I mean, I'll give you an overview how to shorten your timing. Okay. I'll give you 10 minutes to 5 minutes, 5, 6 minutes to solve the question. Then I'll be get back to you. Uh, Ashima is right. You're right. Okay. So there is a catch out there. Okay. How you can solve the question here? See, there's a very important task here to solve the question in a proficient manner. Whenever this sort of question arises in the question paper, I don't know how you are solving this question. Vishaki, you are wrong. Your answer is wrong. So the thing is, how you are solving this question, I don't know. But let me clear out one thing. See, there is a question out there that let us say r equal to 1. That means the actual 2 by 5 pi r cube, r is 1, that means 2 by 3 pi is the volume of the smaller container. Okay, so now what you gonna do, the larger container, the volume would be what? The larger container would be pi, let us say 1.5, because 1.5 times, that means it would be 2 by pi into 3.375. That means if you cancel out those things, we are, this is a value putting method. We are putting value putting method. In value putting method, we put the value, the minimum possible value. We put 1 because it's quite unique. It's quite easy to learn. If you put 2 here, it will be getting to 8 and it will be very much higher than 3. It will be like there is a problem. You can put also 2 here. Anyway, 3.375 would be there. 3.375. That means there are, out of 7 container, they are filling 3.375. That means 3 container are fully emptied out. One container is emptied out 375 part. Okay, that means they have emptied out 3.375 containers. I mean, 3 full containers are emptied out, and 3.75 container, uh, a part of a container from there 0.375 part was emptied out. So how many containers are still full? 4 containers are total there that have fully or partly emptied out. We are left with another 3 containers. Got it? We are left with another 3 containers. Anybody understood? If you cannot understood, raise your hand. I'll let you get the question here. This sort of question you will be getting in the paper. Okay. And always try to solve any maths question with value putting method. That's a premium way of solving maths question by value putting method. Do not follow any formulas or any x or any y, any unknown numbers. That just use the value putting method there. Got it? Okay. Now let us come to the next question. That is, they have asked certain question on like what is the length of radius of the circle that passes through the point 0, 0. Radius of the circle they are asking, length of the radius of the circle. Okay, so this is a very unique question. 0.3, this sort of question are there, and they're asking. Now this is a very unique thing you'll prepare in the due course, and there's a probability question also there, and quadratic equation, the formulas of quadratic equation you need to follow too. Okay, now let's come to the chapters. That's the most important part I'm telling, because now you need to get into the chapters part here. Which chapters you need to follow properly, which chapters you don't. I mean, what are the important chapters in the year? Many of you are confusing with the chapters of maths. Let me just give you an idea of the chapters here. First, you need to understand the number system. As you know, in number system we have everything, HCF, LCM and everything. HCF, LCM, ratio would be there, profit loss would be there, ratio and percentage would be there, profit loss would be there, uh, time speed distance would be there, SICI, simple interest, compound interest would be there. Now the most important part, basic algebra would be there, but you don't have an idea of the basic algebra, so let me put out certain thing. Quadratic equation would be there, quadratic equation would be there. Okay, and also a binomial theorem will be there. Basic geometry would be there. Specifically, the quadrilaterals and circle and triangle. The concept of every quadrilateral, circle, and triangle. Basic geometry. Mensuration. You can write it down or you can take a screenshot. 2D, 3D would be there. Now, the most important part. Many of you are might think that, sir, you are giving too much of chapters, but in order to maximize your, in order to maximize your overall numbers, you need to study this question. Logarithm would be there. Okay, the chapter of logarithm would be there. Now let me come to the advanced part here. Statistics, stat, probability, and permutation combination. Stat, probability, permutation combination. Basic stat, probability, basic probability, and permutation combination. Now what happened here, they might ask, let us look at this question. If you think that last year they have uh, last year they have done a quite interesting thing, that is, they have given a question on probability, but look at the question. Suppose that xy are distinct variable that takes value from 1 to 6. What is the probability that the value of the expression is even? The value of expression is even, then we need to get the value out there. I mean, xy plus x plus y. Okay, it's a very important unique question they have given there. The value of x and y from ranging from 1 to 6. Now what gonna happen here, you need to understand, you need to calculate the value itself first. Xy plus x plus y, we have xy plus x plus y. Now value ranges from 1 to 6. Now you need to make a set out of it. Set means, suppose x value is 1, then y value would be what? 1 6, 2 6, 3 is 6. This sort of question you need to judge here. Okay, there are multiple ways. There are multiple ways you can judge the question here, but you need to understand one thing. This is the story here. Correct? There is a story here. So how many question you might get even? You see, if you take 1 as 6, here is even and even, here is even, here is even, everything would be even. If here is even and odd, there is even, there is even, everything would be what? Everything would be even too. In that way, you need to calculate how many numbers you are getting even and how many are not. It is best if you are, if you can, I mean, this is an exam oriented trick. If you are seeing that you are getting 85 plus or 90 plus question right, don't, you don't need to attempt this question, because this question will take you at least 5 minutes, believe me or not. But if you are seeing that you are below 80, then you must attempt this question. Understood? That's how you will get to the point of your getting, cracking the cutoff, qualifying the cutoff itself. Okay, so I hope you have a quite class and you learn many things. If you wanted to share anything, if you have any problem, you can WhatsApp me or drop your text on our group. Okay, thank you and good night. We will have a class tomorrow.